The one-day co-sanctioned WAGT events with other accredited bodies to develop and establish mutually beneficial working relationships with other golf tours, while the use of targeted high-quality media coverage on Supersport will allow the West Africa Golf Tour to reach audiences worldwide, heighten awareness and enhance interest in the sport among both national and international audiences. The West Africa Golf Tour hopes to inspire future generations of African golfers who will continue to promote and develop the sport in the region. By introducing the game of golf and encouraging the playing of sports in general, the WAGT hopes to reach a much wider audience regardless of circumstances, and it wants to provide support to both current and future generations of West African sportsmen and women. It is in this light that the WAGT allowed amateur golfers to play the IBB on Sunday, ahead of the BNE Match Play semi-finals. The tour has allowed several players from the amateur ranks to gain a platform to build their skill base and talents in an environment that allows them to showcase their skills on the international stage. Another of the forward-thinking initiatives that the WAGT has implemented has been the inclusion of female participants from the start. The tour has placed a special emphasis on growing women's golf in the region as well, and it is for these reasons that sponsors and stakeholders have been flocking in their groves to sign up as partners for the tour. One of the latest to attach their name to the project is BMW, and tour founder Emeka Okata hopes that even more sponsors will sign up once the profile of golf has grown in the region.
How much involvement have you had, especially support from the sponsors that have been with you since day one?
Well, obviously, we don't have major sponsors in terms of people who bring in money to the event. Apparently, it's like economic situation, things, and the major aspect of it is that people don't understand golf. They see golf as an elite game. In fact, a lot of people believe that since it's an elite game, there's supposed to be major sponsors in it, but it's a new game to this environment. In this part of the world, it's all about football. But we have a few partners who have been sticking with us, like Famous Microfinance Bank, who has been sticking with us, Berkshire Hotel, who has been there with us. When we were in Port Harcourt, we had Golden Tulip, who was there with us. And we are working hard. Apparently, we just had BMW got involved into this by bringing a hole-in-one car. And gradually, companies are becoming aware of it, so getting interested, and we hope that it will become better.
The tour is still very much in its infancy, but already it has had a major impact on the lives of those involved with the sport of golf in the region. Take Elisha Marcus as an example. The young rising star began his golfing involvement as a caddy in the Niger province. Initially, he caddied as a means to make money, but he steadily grew to love the game, and now he can't even go a single day without thinking about the wonderful sport. The tour has attracted many young players just like Elisha, who don't often get the chance to play abroad, and it has given them the opportunities to earn a living from the sport.
I started playing golf as a caddy from Niger State, Mina. I started as a caddy. From there on, I began to play. Then we used to play with this. There's this rod we use. This rod is used for building, and then we'll bend it just like the club, and then we'll practice with it. We'll play with it, and then I pick up interest and say, yes, I can do this for a living. So I begin to build more to it. I begin to concentrate more on that. Then and then our captain got us some clubs, because they looked at us, they said, this set of boys can do something with this game. And they got us some clubs, just club. We begin to practice with them. And then I fell in love with the game, and here I am. It has done a lot, because now people all over Nigeria, they begin to know that this is a golf tournament, a West African golf tournament. And somebody like me is partaking on it, and people have seen and called and said to me, we've seen you on DSTV playing. That is West African Golf Tour for you. And that to tell you that it's good for good thing to come and to improve the game of golf in Nigeria.
Sunday morning, and the players and staff were out on the course early to prepare themselves for the day's play. Overcast conditions were expected, with showers anticipated for the late afternoon. The two surprise packages, Atako Morgan and Daniel Pam, were looking eager to get their rounds underway. No doubt the duo were keen to spring more upsets, but they were both up against serious competition. Morgan had the unenviable task of facing off against the tournament favourite Andrew Odo, winner of 2 out of the 3 WAGT events this season. It didn't get any easier for Pam, however. He had the not insignificant task of taking on the tour veteran Amos Kobla, the oldest player on the tour, but also the most experienced when it came to playing the big tournaments and big matches. The ground staff were taking extra care in their greenkeeping duties and putting in extra effort readying the fairways and greens in anticipation of an exciting day's play. Throughout the event, the groundskeepers at the IBB were a true credit to their profession and to the tour as they went the extra mile to ensure the players enjoyed pristine fairways and greens that rolled as true as the finest snooker table. First off the tee was Daniel Pam in his matchup against Amos Kobla. Fresh from his elimination of Vincent Toga in the previous round, Pam was understandably confident, but the experience and big match temperament that comes from years on the course swung the tie in favour of Kobla, and the big Ghanaian advanced to the final, ending Pam's brilliant run at the second last hurdle. Andrew Odo and Atako Morgan played out a thrilling encounter that was ultimately won with the putter. Although Morgan read the tricky greens brilliantly at times to give himself a chance of victory, Odo's local knowledge of the course and his experience of the worsening conditions ultimately proved pivotal. Odo won through to the final to face Kobla, while Morgan was left to fight it out for third place in a playoff against Pam.
Fairly routine this morning. Nice way to get things going and get yourself through to the title match. Talk us through the semi.
Yeah, definitely a nice way to get it going. I went into a very quick start, so that really helped. Went the first 3 holes, I was 3 up already, so I just got myself settled in very quickly. So it was really good that before we got to the 9th, I was already 6. So I thought, okay, yeah, this is going to be as quick as you really want it to be. So it's going to be a nice time to rest and get ready for the finals.
It does give you a bit of opportunity now to have a bit of time off. What are you going to be doing in that time? In a few hours at least.
Yes, I'm going to just take a shower quickly and then change, obviously, and get myself ready, obviously do some putting and just get myself ready for the finals. But I don't think I'll be doing much. I'll just relax a little bit, save some energy, and then just do small putting and then get on the course.
It really has been key for you this week, isn't it? Saving energy. You've come through the games and got the wins quickly, which is proving to be beneficial now over the weekend where you've got to play 36 holes in a day.
Yeah, definitely. That has really helped. I think I've played fewer holes than anybody on the course this week, so it really helped because it helped me save a lot of energy. And hopefully it's going to continue helping me to the finals.
You mentioned putting now and going to work on that. Is that something you're not too happy with, or just something to keep your mind on the game and stay focused?
Yeah, it's just about staying focused, really. I like to stay positive every single time. I struck the ball really good out there. It's not much to worry about. So, but I still think it's worth it going out there and just grind it a little, go out there, fix it nicely, and make sure that you are very positive going into the finals.
Amos, you're in the finals as it stands, and take us through the emotions right now for you.
Well, thank God that I've gone through, but I think it's not easy there this morning. It was very tough. I took him to 17 before I won, so you could see that it's not an easy match at all.
That stretch actually must have taken a lot from you going into the finals.
Yes, it does, but what can I do? I'm so happy to be there, so we see what happened this afternoon.
Where was your struggles in the holes?
Well, I didn't struggle much though, but I think on the par trees, I couldn't hit them well to the green, so it took those holes, but it's okay. I'm just happy to be at the final.
You're up against one of the best, and I'm sure you've played against them severally, Andrew Odo. What's that like for you?
Well, we know each other very well, and we'll see what happens this afternoon. We'll see.
I see you're keeping it very close to your chest as it is, but again, any pressure?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. We know each other, not at all. But we'll see what will happen this afternoon.
Keep saying we'll see what will happen this afternoon. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that being in the finals and an opportunity for you to actually clinch your very, very first title in the West African Golf Tour.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, seriously. I don't know. It could be the day. Who knows? We'll see at the course this afternoon.
Morgan, tough match today against probably the favourite for this tournament. You were in trouble early on. Difficult to come back from a fairly rocky start in your match.
Actually, I started bad, but plus or minus, I didn't really putt well today. That's it.
Knowing who you were coming up against in the semi-final today, did that put any extra pressure on you, knowing that this is his home course, he's played well, and he's one of the better players out there?
No, no pressure at all. But all I need to do after the interview, I'll be going back to the putting range to see if I can fix my putting properly, then ready for that match.
Was really putting a concern for you today?
Yes, actually, I've been putting very bad for a while now. I've been trying to put my putt in order. Each time I putt the ball goes straight to the hole, but instead of dropping it to end up going to the left or the right side, it's been difficult for me.
Daniel, take us through how disappointing it is to lose out in the semi-finals.
Well, it's one of those things. It's part of the game. And he's an experienced player as well. So the game was really tough.
As tough as it is, even Kobler himself did agree that you stretched him down to the 17th hole before he could actually move through.
Yeah, that's what happened, exactly.
All right, as it is, what are your plans now? Because there is a third place game against Morgan. Do you see yourself clinching that third place spot?
Yes, for me to lose to the final, definitely I'll put more effort to make sure I get through the third place.
The finals were scheduled to take place on Sunday afternoon. However, the rain showers that had threatened for much of the day finally arrived, and a torrent of water lashed the IBB International Golf Course. No further play was possible on the Sunday, and as a result, the tournament stretched into a sixth day, with the tournament set to conclude on Monday. After the break, we take a look at the exhilarating final between Amos Kobler and Andrew Odo, as well as the thrilling bronze medal playoff between Daniel Pham and Atako Morgan. The sport of golf continues to provide the backbone of high-profile tourism investment in many parts of the world, and the evolution of existing and future courses will offer a major contribution to the development of the West African economy through expanding high-end tourism, commercial interests, partnerships, and sponsors related to tournament golf. The blossoming middle-class sector has an increased interest in sport and leisure activities and is creating an emerging domestic tourism market in West Africa, which in turn will stimulate development of hotels and infrastructure for both international and domestic markets. The West Africa Golf Tour will stimulate the subsequent development of new golf courses and sports facilities, providing greater playing, business and career opportunities for players and businesses in the region. In order for that vision to become a reality, the on-course offering needs to be of the highest quality, and the IBB International Golf Course certainly ensured that that was the case. Daniel Pham and Atako Morgan got the action underway on finals day, teeing off in the bronze medal playoff. A closely contested encounter proved just how little there was to separate the two excellent golfers, but there had to be a winner, and in the end it was Morgan who edged Pham to the third place trophy. The course was damp for Monday's finals after the heavy rain in Abuja on Sunday, but it was still a world-class facility that allowed for some spectacular golf to be played. The real action that everyone had been waiting for, however, was the final match between the veteran Amos Kobler and the rising star Andrew Odo. Playing under difficult conditions underfoot, the pair brought their own twist to proceedings, playing a unique brand of African golf that is sure to take the golfing world by storm soon enough. Odo is Nigeria's foremost golfer. He's previously competed on the Sunshine Tour and the European Tour and has gained a lot of success in doing so. Originally from Niger province, Odo turned professional in 2004 and has spent the majority of his career traversing the African continent on both the Sunshine Tour and the Challenge Tour. He was in excellent form coming into the B&E match play. At the Kenya Open in March, the 35-year-old shot 286 to sign off on an impressive 2 under for the tournament in a share of 46th place. He won the opening WAGT event at IBB, the Abuja Invitational, by triumphing over Kobla and his fellow Ghanaian Vincent Toga in a playoff. Tied at 2 over after 72 holes, Odo held his nerve in the playoff to win the inaugural event on the tour, claiming the $6,000 in prize money. Odo then had to rush back from South Africa to participate in the second tour event, the Smoking Hills Invitational. And while he was pipped to the victory by Kingsley Oparaku, who shot an even par 288, Odo finished a highly respectable second place, guarding a 3 over 291 in tricky conditions. Ranked in the top 2,000 in the world, Odo is the most recognizable golfer in the West African region, and at 35 years of age, he still has plenty of time to fine-tune his game and develop into a world star. Apart from the WAGT events, Odo has also won both of the Nigerian PGA events this year, the Par Mark tournament as well as the CMCL Open. At IBB, he was up against the ageless Amos Kobla, who he's beaten on the tour already in a clash of the titans. A big man with an even bigger personality, Kobla, known by his nickname the Landlord, has for so long been one of African golf's unsung heroes, spreading the game across the continent with a smile on his face. He arrived in the final without a win on the tour, but with 3 commendable finishes under his belt. And the Landlord finally turned an opportunity into a win at the 4th time of asking, writing his name into the record books as the first Ghanaian winner on the West African Golf Tour. He defeated Odo 2-1 in the final, closing the deal on the 17th hole after Odo lagged a putt that would have taken the match all the way to the 18th. It was a moment of pride for Kobla and a rather fitting end to a fantastic 5 days of golf. To make the occasion even more special, his trophy and cash prize were presented to him by the Ghanaian High Commissioner to Nigeria, William Azuma Awinaro Kanyirige.
So I'm particularly excited to have been associated with this. And let me quickly add that this is the first time I've actually set foot on the green carpet of a golf course, you can imagine. And really inspired because I used to be one of those who had a wrong perception about golf, thinking that golf was for some old people with pot bellies and things like that. But the exercise that you experience on the golf course, the networking that goes with it, and the other lessons that you pick up playing golf are a lifelong experience. And I think it's something that our youth should be exposed to very early, even if not to become professionals, but at least for the benefits that it does, for them to become good citizens and good leaders. And I go off determined that as a government agent sent to Abuja to promote relations between Ghana and Nigeria, and at the same time accredited to ECOWAS as PEM rep, where sports promotion is also key. To work to make sure that golf is properly understood for what it really is, and to work with sister countries so that in the spirit of diversifying our economies, we also diversify our sports.
Having to beat, the #1 player in the merit standing definitely has to be a big thing for you, no doubt.
Yeah, we played last month at Senegal, and I won that one. And I told Oche that this tournament is going to be a different tournament altogether, and you should watch out. And my dreams come true, so I'm so happy.
Now, seeing how this particular tournament went through, and some favorites were actually knocked out in the group stages, and it looks as though next one is going to be as more competitive than this was.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm going to prepare for that as well. I'm going to work hard. next month I'm going to try to play the British Open qualifier around the seniors, and we'll see how it goes. When I come back, I'll take them on.
The West Africa Golf Tour continues to grow in prominence both domestically and abroad. In partnership with SuperSport and the other stakeholders, the WAGT will continue to grow into a tour that will compete with the best in the world, both in terms of prestige as well as quality on the course. Sierra Leone's James Levy is the only professional golfer from the region who's been inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. 92 out of Africa's 108 Hall of Famers are South African, with 10 Zimbabwean representatives, 2 Namibians, 1 Kenyan, 1 Zambian, 1 Egyptian, and Levy from Sierra Leone. It is the vision of the WAGT founder Emeko Okata to change that statistic, and with the quality on display in Abuja, that'll certainly change soon enough. The tour moves away from Nigeria and heads west to Accra next for the Ghana Open.